expectation for the group. But my expectation is going to be everyone will get down to the core of why they do what they do. I'll explain. It says, in order for you to begin the process of allowing your past to push you into your destiny, you must first know that despite all your bad choices and situations and negative things you have done in your past, you still have a purpose for living. So many people want their lives to have meaning. They want to do the right thing, but are often unsure what that is. You and I were created to do something extraordinary. You have a purpose. Everybody say, I have a purpose.
I have a purpose.
Say, I have a purpose.
I have a purpose.
Listen to me. Inside every apple, there's something greater in the apple. If you take the skin of the apple, take it out back, find some real good soil, fertilize it, you still won't produce the greatness that's in that apple. If you peel that apple, cut through the pieces you can eat, you cut the piece you always eat, take that outside, bury it, again, you still won't produce the greatness that's actually in the apple. But if you peel that same apple, cut the pieces you can eat, you come across the apple, part of the apple that's called the core. Come on, you got it. When you break through the core, you get to the seed. God, they good, they good. Listen to me. Listen, that seed is something that's great in you. Every last one of y'all were born with a seed of greatness in you. But in order for you to produce the greatness that you have in you, you have to break through the core of what you're doing trying to kill you. Listen, if you're doing something and you're trying to kill you, you need to break through the core of why I'm not trying to discover the greatness that I have in me. Everybody say, I have greatness in me.
I have greatness in me.
But you have to get down to the core. Why would you do something, Michael, to kill you if you have something worth in you? When I discovered why I did drugs, I discovered I did it initially because I was an insecure man. But when I was high, what's up, Shorty? But what happened was I got addicted. But it started from my insecurity. But you have to get down to the core of why you do it. My clients tell me all the time what they're doing. I said, buddy, listen, I don't need you to tell me what you're doing. He said, why not, Mr. Mike? I get your urine streams back. I know what you're doing. I need to know. Why? Come on, talk. I like prophecy. I need to know why you're doing it.
Why you go back?
Why? That's what you must discover. You need to find out why are you doing it. And only way you'll find that out is you have to break through the core. You have greatness in you. But in order for you to do it, to walk in that greatness, you got to break through the core of why you're doing something that will hinder you from walking in something that you have inside of you. Everybody say, I have greatness.
I have greatness
inside of me.
Inside of me. Tag team, tag team, tag team. So, real quick, right, he's telling you that in order for you to want to break through the core, to figure out why you're doing what you do, you have to understand that you were created for a purpose. Some people just wander around think, I'm a nobody, because that's what they've heard for so long. I'm never going to make it. I ain't going to never get this thing right. You know, one time we went to the doctors and they told my husband from the years of his drug use that his heart was so messed up that they didn't understand how he's walking around. So they was like, stat, send him over to the ER. So I had to take him over to the ER. But we did all the tests. They put him on medication and said, don't do this, don't do this. But this one, well, I'm going to die anyway. I might as well go get high again.
I'm getting
That's
more
what
crack.
he
It's
did.
time for more crack. They already say I'm dying.
Because of what somebody told him. And you're going to die. Well, let me just finish it off. So I want to give you a demonstration real quick. Sometimes you got to see things. So in order for you to realize what your purpose is, you have to go to the person that created you. I'm not talking about mom and dad. Okay? Because somebody knew you before you were formed in your mother's womb. So take this for instance. Somebody designed this. They drew it on the paper. They made it. They put it together. They called it a stool. Said this stool is going to be used for sitting. Right? Now, you might come to my house and see this stool, Might have some books on it. It's my husband's little side table. Or you might go to somebody else's house and they might pull it up, put a plate on it, start eating. It's a little dining table. Somebody else might have a plate or a plant sitting on here. That's for their plant. That's their plant holder. Trying to get something from off the shelf and you start standing on it, it's now a what? A ladder. If you come at me wrong and it's all I got, it's now a weapon.
Oh yeah, they know.
Yeah, that was one of my issues.
I told y'all. You
That
said it.
was one
All
of my
right, right?
issues.
It's recorded.
But what I'm trying to say is, it still did not stop this from being a stool. It's still a stool no matter what anybody else called it. The problem is, it was being used for other things other than it was created. That's what you guys go out and do. Whatever you were created for and your purpose, you're going out here and you're doing other things
That you wasn't created.
that you weren't created to do. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to tag one out.
That's how we do it. We interact like that. And I hope that, we just. That's our unique style. I'm still on page 21. It says the word purpose means. Everybody see it? It says the word purpose means to set as an aim, an intention, or goal for oneself, the reason for which something exists. The question right there, again, these questions are for you because y'all will all have different answers under these questions, but this is things that you do on your personal time and you could go through it and this document, you want to write down stuff so you study your own self. I don't need nobody studying my brain when I die. I want to study on my own self and find out why I do it. It says, who are you? And then, normally, other people tend to see your true potential before you see it. This is true. In regards to purpose, normally you ever heard everybody got somebody they can hear and say, you shouldn't be doing that. You could be doing so much this. You could be doing. Because normally other people see your true potential before you. My mom seen my potential before I even started walking and she would tell me. Then I married my mother. Then I married my wife, and then she seen the potential in me because I used to write and I got 9 books published, to God be good. And I started by writing her letters. And I used to write her letters because I didn't want her to leave. I had to come up with some good stuff. So I'm like, I'm in here, I'm doing it right, I'm studying, you want to talk to the captains, the majors, anybody, they'll tell you. But all that's writing letters, she said, you can write books. Look at it. I eventually, years later, ended up doing it. So other people, I'm telling you that because normally other people see your true potential before you even recognize it. What's your purpose? Everybody say image. Say image. When I say what's your purpose, I need you to understand that the company Apple, the iPhone, when you see the Apple, you automatically know what type of phone it is, right? Because you see the image. Come on, y'all got it. Everybody, you see the image. When Apple came out with the iPhone, the new iPhone, before they put that image on the iPhone, they made sure that everything that the iPhone needed to be successful was already in it. Apple also came out with new iPad. But before Apple put their image on the iPad, they made sure that everything that the iPad needed to succeed was already in it. Apple came out with a new iWatch. But before Apple put their image on the watch, they made sure that everything this watch needed to be productive was already in it. Now, I said all that to say this. The Bible says that God made us in his image. But before God put his image on you, he made sure that everything you need to be successful was already in you. Before God put his image on you, he made sure that everything you need to succeed was already in you. And before God put his image on you, he made sure that everything that you need to be productive was already in you. That's what God calls an inside job. Everybody say it's an inside job. Inside. Everything you need to be successful is inside you. And everything you need to succeed is inside you. And everything you need to be productive is inside you. You will not be getting anything new. You need to learn how to use what you are already in possession of.
Wow.
You need to use what you will not get. Everything you need is inside you.
Wow.
When it's all said and done, we will never be able to go to the Creator and die, and whoever you believe to be your high power, and say, you really didn't give me nothing. He said, I gave you everything. You didn't
Use it.
Yeah, come on.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Come on. Get yourself. Come on. Y'all got it. I just got to get y'all. You already know what you need to do. Everybody can think about what got you here. I'm trying to get you to use what you need to know so you don't have to keep repeating it. Other than keep going back to the institution, I thought I would never go back to the institution. I never thought I would go back as an individual. I never knew I would go back to help the other individual. It was a part of my purpose and I didn't even know it. Next page, 22. Excuse me. It says, are you aiming for anything of importance? You should be aiming for something. Everybody should be aiming for something. Me, I'm aiming to provoke you to change. I always aim for something. I always, when we are equipped or when we are aware of some things, we are now not ignorant to it. We can never say I didn't know. Everybody in here know if you keep doing heroin and crack, what's going to happen. We don't need nobody to say, oh, I didn't know that would happen. Nobody can. You won't be able to say, I didn't know I would lose my house. I didn't know my wife would leave. I didn't. Really?
Right.
You won't be able to convince anybody. So we are, but this is the thing. What we are aware of and we're not ignorant to, we are held responsible. Yeah, we are held responsible. Do you have a goal? A purpose? Purpose is the master of motivation and the mother of commitment. This is not in your book, but I'm going to give it to you. You can write it down, though. It says, to reach your purpose, you must ask yourself 3 questions. To reach your purpose, you must ask yourself 3 questions. The first one is, what's my present situation? What's my present situation? Meaning, where am I at? Am I homeless? Am I in a shelter? Do I got a bank account? You need to know where you are. There's nothing wrong with where you are, but you just need to be honest about where you are. What's my present situation? The second one is, what's my desired destination? What are you trying to accomplish? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to do? Who are you trying to do it with? The first one is what?
What's my present situation?
Come on. Second one is?
What's my desired destination?
Somebody guess the third. Just guess.
How do I achieve there?
Come on, boy. Boy, I tell you, I'm going home. Hey, what time the flight comes? You don't need to give yourself a round of applause. Listen, the third one is, what do I have to do to get there? If you already know your present situation, which is real, it's not a bad thing. You just need to be honest. Okay, I don't have no money. All right, when I graduate here, what I'm doing, my present situation, can I prepare? Can I get a job? Can I stay? You need to know. But now you also have to know where you're trying to go. What's your plan? 6 months down the road, save this money, get this house, get this apartment. You need to know. Now you know, what do I got to do? Y'all got it. I'm telling you, you already are in the possession of what you need. I'm just the individual that God sent. We're the individuals to help you try to apply what you already have. You already know it. You already know it.
And you use it, but you don't use it the right way.
Yeah.
Tell me, write this. One day my daughter, our oldest daughter was in the hospital. She just gave birth to our first grandson. So the grandson ended in one hospital and she ended up in another. So I had 2 kids in the hospital. So me and my youngest daughter come home and we're just gonna let the dog out because she was in the hospital in Philly. So we had to come back across the bridge. We'll let the dog out, turn the lights on, shoot back to Philly. Now, remember, what's your situation now? Let me show you how you use it now. This is my husband. I had a restraining order on him. So we get to the house. He in the back of the house trying to get in. Because the present situation was, I'm hurting, I need some drugs, I need some money.
Guys, I need something to
All right?
sell. I sell something out of it.
So he thinking, how I'm gonna get it? Now, present situation, I ain't got no money. Destination was I want to get this
Drugs.
right. All right? I pull up. I don't even get out the car. I just got my foot on the brake. I'm telling my daughter, run in the house,
That's
take
wild.
the dog out, put some water and some food in there, turn the light on, jump back in the car. In the meantime, he comes from the behind the house.
What
Present
up?
situation. He come, I have a foot on there.
It's your boy here.
Yeah.
What's up?
He thinking. That's what I'm saying. You guys know how to do it.
You know how to do it.
You gotta flip the way you think. So at this time, he trying to get what he want. So what he do? He's looking at me, he's talking to me. Let me in the house, you know, I gotta take a shower. And this whole time he eyeing my pocketbook.
Yeah, it's on.
Right? So I'm talking to him, you ain't supposed to be here, you get in the house, I don't got time for this. Reach in the car, he snatched the pocketbook.
Yeah, I got
He
to do
straight
it.
robbed me. And he terrible, told you he was a mess.
So tell him what you did. Watch this.
I jumped out the car went running down the street. I jumped out the car, started fighting for my pocketbook.
She left the moving car. She didn't push. She jumped out. Said, "Boy, you got to snatch the wrong person pocketbook." She jumped out the car. Said, "Man, you gonna give me my pocket?"
Did you knock him down?
Yeah, she called me. How you know you on drugs? You ain't got no. I thought I had it. I said I got her beat. She was like, "You ain't got nothing."
I had to get back to my
My
car. I
pocketbook.
had to get back to my bed.
But how she gonna jump out a moving car?
How you gonna rob me?
We talk about purpose. Listen.
But the point is, how you use that thing.
Yeah, you see
you
how-
already do it. You already know this is where I'm at.
My
That's
present
what I'm trying to
situation,
get
I
and
didn't
how I
have
get
the money.
there. Just flip it. You gotta do it for something positive.
Good. That's good. Thank
Like out.
you. She jumped out a moving car. I couldn't believe it. She was a white Lincoln Navigator. It was just riding down the street by herself. I said she can't. I said she
No,
can't.
somebody else came out the house and jumped in.
I said she can't let that car go. Like she right. My present situation was I was broke. My destination was I need some crack. I ain't got no cash. I said, okay, how I'm gonna get there? She pulled up. What's up? So I seen it and I was like, So I'm like, okay, she in the car. It's not in park. I'm close to the yard. Wow! I just ain't factor in her jumping out the car. Cause I'm like, by the time she put it in park, I'm gonna bust the corner. I didn't factor in her jumping out saying, forget the car, you give me my pocket. That's the last pocketbook I snapped. Yeah, look. Yeah, see, but you see how we can laugh at that? That was terrible. But you see, years later, we can sit there and use that same situation. And a lot of us have done things that sometimes now that we sober, we think about like, yo, I was tripping. Like, yo, you be like, man, I know I was high. Yo. But you know, you think about it, you be like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. But sometimes she still be bringing up stuff. And I say, I don't remember that. She said, you don't remember doing that? I'm like, nah, I must have been black.
I don't believe that.
She talking about you just don't want to. You believe it. But she didn't know the day I stole her weed. We talk about now. She don't believe this. I had sold her. She brought her weed when weed first came out. I brought her weed. It was like $300. It was expensive when they first came out, the weed game. And one day, again, I needed to get drugs, so I took the weed to the crack dealer. I said, yo, let me get some money for this. So he gave me the drugs. I'll go back. He gave me the drugs with a condition. Okay, you get your unemployment next week. Just give me the money. I'll give you the weed back. I said, cool. So the whole week, as you know, the drugs don't last but a day. So now I got like 11 days to try to get to the check. So every day we laying on the couch, her weed in front of the TV. The game used to be. But it's not there. So she's like, hey, let's lay on the couch and watch TV. I'm like, nah, let's go upstairs. Let's sleep upstairs. She's like, no, you don't want to lay on the couch. Because I don't want her to see that the game gone. But see when we laying on the couch, lay back here. I said, now lay behind me. I'm trying to block her like that.
Once again, this was his present situation.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get to 11 more days till that check came. So how he going to keep me from seeing something missing.
Yeah.
If you think about it, you're doing that.
You do stuff all the time, but you just got to transfer. Number 23, page 23. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how you look at it, you have a purpose for this world and you have a reason for living. Telling yourself that you have a purpose, even though your present situation may have you feeling broken inside, is a great place for you to begin. Start by encouraging yourself. Stop waiting on others. Tell yourself, everybody say it with me, I have a purpose. I have a purpose. I have a purpose. I have a purpose. Was that it?
I have a purpose.
Yeah, I just want to see what y'all follow. My mentor told me that. He said sometimes you read, stop reading, and say where I leave off at, and the people who say you left off on, they paying attention. Everybody say I have a purpose. All right, let's look at 24, because we're going to do surrender and purpose. We got a good time here. Again, we're going to go through these 2 chapters, and then at the end, we're going to leave time for y'all to ask questions. Okay? So any question and stuff y'all want to ask about certain things, you can ask. And my wife and I will, give you all our best answer, watch this, from our perspective, from what we have lived, not something we read. Yeah. But we need you. Don't sit there and let somebody sit here who has been in your same shoes or been in a situation. It can be relationship-wise and everything. Just ask questions, okay? So let's get through here. And again, on your own time, there's so much more in the book. We're going to go through. I think you all can get the printout of what we're going to do Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But on your own time, read. Like y'all can read in the beginning of the book. It has, I believe it says something about the introduction. Read that. It has something about a short story. It talks about my life when I was in prison. And I met people who would encourage me in prison. And I stay in touch with these was lifers. I was in prison with people who had life. And I had spent like 13 years of my life in and out of prison. But there's stories in there for y'all to read. So do that on your own time, okay? Okay. All right. Page 24 at the bottom, it says, success isn't always going to be a huge contract. You can be successful if you just live out your purpose in life. That came from Alan Houston. Most people, watch this ain't in your book, but you can have it, it's free. Most people don't live out their purpose because of some kind of pressure. But pressure only produces what's in you. For all my life, I used to always hear the term pressure bust. Come on, you hear it? I heard it all my life, but it wasn't until I actually started following my purpose that I realized that no matter how many times I seen pipes bust through due to pressure, every time I seen those pipes bust, I noticed the only thing that came out the pipes was whatever was in it. Oh man, listen. A lot of y'all might feel like your lives are under a lot of pressure. But pressure only produces what's in you. Yeah. No matter how much what was in the pipes that bust. Every time I noticed that those pipes will bust, I'm like, hold on. Whatever was in there came out. It wasn't like something new came out. So if you think about your lives and you feel like you're under a lot of pressure, whatever you have in you is going to come out. And it's not always bad. Whatever comes out is actually the real you. So a lot of times, some of the purposes we have in our lives will only come out when we be under a lot of pressure.
Amen. Amen. Come on.
We mess up here, mess up here, mess up here. That thing become pressure. But it only produces what you have in you. So even though pressure busts pipe, a lot of people don't fulfill their purpose, and it's because they be under a lot of pressure. But I realized the pressure is only going to produce what I have in me.
Good or bad?
Good or bad. So if you full of anger, when it busts, don't be sitting there like, I don't know why I knocked his head off. You know, you was angry all the time. So like, when that thing busts, like, man, I'm sorry. You know, you need to release. You need, what's them things when you release? They'll find some type of release valve, pressure valve, to release some pressure. You gotta use different coping skills. Let's go to, we got 8 time. Let's look at 25. Page 25. We still in purpose. We didn't shift over to surrender yet. We're going to do purpose and surrender. It says, Unit 1, Part 2. There's a purpose in your past. Brothers and sisters, I do not consider myself yet to have taken hold of it, but it's one thing that I always do, and that's forgetting what I did in my past and reaching forward to what's ahead. The only reason you need to look back at your past is to learn more about yourself. The person who loves instruction loves knowledge, but the one who hates to be corrected is stupid. Yo, listen, this is so powerful. You can check the Bible. I used to, people be like, man, what? I said, yeah, man, I ain't even come up with that. That's a proverb. That's a proverb. I believe it's proverb, it might be 18 verse 1. But it says the person who loves instruction loves knowledge. That means because a lot of times people don't want to be corrected. No matter how much you try to correct them, they just don't like to be corrected. And they call it, yeah, that's stupid. I'm sitting there telling you, I tell you, leave out of here. Don't go, everybody go anywhere but. I told you. You go back out, do it again. That is stupid.
But think about that where you are now, right here. You know, there's rules, there's restrictions, there's regulations. You have something set for you. This is your itinerary. This is what you're supposed to do. If you do anything outside of that, guess what? You're stupid. You know, I know my husband used to go to programs, and this rule is stupid. I'm not going to do it.
All the time.
Or got in trouble.
Because what happened is we have structure, and every time we violate the structure, we think, my last time I was in the program, I learned it, I got this, is because we keep thinking that, simple and plain, this is the simplest I can give it to you. If you're willing, if you break rules here, you will break them when you need them. There is no possible way for you to break them in this setting, right? Get out, and now you're going to follow them. It's more rules. So if you break them in here, you're going to break them out there. So I challenge you to follow the rules in here, develop a lifestyle of following, being in structure, because you're going to have a lifestyle change. But if you start changing them in here, following them, you don't have to agree with them. The rules are in place for a reason. You don't need to know the reason why they're there. You just need to show. One day in the program, they had a rule. It was a very stupid rule. The rule was, it was an all-male facility. And it says, at night, it could be 12 o'clock at night. If you had to go to the bathroom, like go out of your room and go to the bathroom, you had to get fully dressed before you went to the bathroom. You had to get all your clothes on and then go to the bathroom. I said, there's no females here. We're all men. Can I go with my tank top? They said, no, you have to get fully dressed. I said, that's a dumb rule, right? So I would break it all the time, and sure enough, I would get caught. I would get out the hall, and the person who's running the witch call, Mike, what you doing, man? You know? And they write it up. I come in, the counselor's Mike, they gotta meet you. Next thing you know, I got 30 days extension, whatever. Then they finally called me in a meeting and said, this rule you broke multiple times, why? Why do you keep doing it? I said, it's a stupid rule. They said, guess what, Michael? We knew it's a stupid rule. And we put it in place to see how many people will follow it. And he said, what's the number one rule for using drugs? When you get out, they say in the NA room, is the number one rule is don't pick up no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, you know that rule. Don't say they act like that. Don't act like they don't know. The number one rule is
Don't pick up.
don't pick up. Watch this. And every time we go back, in order for us to go back, what will we have to do?
Pick up.
That's the t-shirt rule they told me. They said, you know the rule about the t-shirt? That's the same rule about the drug. But you kept breaking it. and you trying to find out why you keep going to rehab. Because you keep not putting on your t-shirt. You see how so the structure and rules here, you sitting here thinking this is dumb rule, I don't follow it. It's nothing about that. No. The thing is, you can't follow it. And that's why you keep repeating that cycle. We look at the rules and say this rule don't make no sense. And if you hang it with everybody else that's breaking the rule and you don't follow them, I was very stern in my belief of not going back. I would follow the rules to the best of my ability. I wasn't perfect. I made mistakes, but I would follow them. And I distanced myself from people who was easy to break them. Because I knew as soon as I got out, you'll be the first person to say you want something. Yeah, I'm staying away from you. Hi, I smile on your face and they, hey, what's up, man? How you doing today? I see you at the warehouse. All right. As soon as I got out, I wasn't going nowhere with you. You got to stay away from them. Let's see. What are you holding on to from your past? Down the bottom, 25. Come on, everybody. Everybody. What are you holding on to from your past? That's a question for pain. He said pain. Anybody else?
Fear.
Fear. I see you, sir.
Resentment.
Resentment. You gotta be honest. I'm telling you, listen. If you hold on to something, if you acknowledge it, you can't change nothing you won't admit to. What are you holding on to your past? Anybody? Stubbornness. That's good. Huh?
Mistakes.
Yeah, I'm going to teach about mistakes too. Huh?
Loneliness.
Loneliness. That's a good one. All those stuff right there is actually on the paper that I got. That's good. Loneliness, stubbornness, mistakes. Go ahead, sir. Wow. You hear that?
What did he say?
Holding on. You mind if I say it loud, brother? What's your name? Brandon. Thanks. Holding on to the fear of succeeding. Do you know how many people don't make it because of the fear of
Success.
You know why I discovered, and I'm telling you from personal experience, is because I don't know what the new life would look like. I'm so comfortable with my other one. But I'm fearful, like, man, I don't know. I didn't know, let me be honest with you. I didn't know I was going to actually get my wife back. I wanted that to be like that. I didn't know. Whatever. But I'm saying, but the fear of, I don't know if I'm ever, I didn't know I was going to be a drug and alcohol counselor. No. I didn't know what I was going to do. Only thing, this is it, and I'm going to give it to you. You too, and everybody else, take this. The only thing I was confident about is that I wasn't going back. The only thing I had, I was like, no, I don't know if I'm going to get this job. I don't know if she's coming back. I don't know. The only thing I had was,
You're not going back.
I ain't using it. So whatever was going to happen, it was going to happen this way. That's all I had. I didn't have a job. I didn't have money. I worked 2.5 months at a job, and I was not getting a check. I came out of the program, I went to a church, and I go to that church today, and I asked, can I just clean up the church? They said, what? They said, you want to clean it up? I said, yeah, I just ain't want to go get high. Mm-hmm. So they was like, we ain't going to tell you can't clean it. So I cleaned, that's what I, for 2.5 months, Monday through Friday. Good Lord, listen to me, I ain't lying to you. I was so dedicated to that, not going back, that I went to Stretch Those Bills, Foreman Mills, and I went and got clothes with the name of my name on here, and I got the church name on here. I made my own uniform. So I came in one day, they said, you made it. They said, hold on. You made your own uniform? I said, yep. Mind you, I'm not even getting paid, but I'm focused on not. Come on. I created that position. Watch this. That position that I created at my job is 2 people that work at that position that I left. They made 2 positions out of a position that wasn't even there. They got 2 people. I used to run 3 buildings. Now they got 2 guys that work the 2 buildings. But the focus I'm trying to say, his fear of succeeding. That's so real. But all you have to have, I'm telling that to everybody in here, all you have to have is knowing that you're not going back. The rest, I can't tell you. You're going to get hired here. You're going to get your relationship back. Your kids is in your... I can't tell you. But I tell you what, if you just keep going forward. Come on, y'all.
And build up your confidence for that. Start with the small victories. Small victories, you know. 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, you know. I made it a whole month and I didn't get up and I didn't kick the dog. That's not a victory, especially if you kick the dog every day. Celebrate those things
Small
because
victories.
the more you see that small things, that's why we teach minor adjustments. Because the more minor things, minor this, minor that, they add up to something big. It builds up your confidence. You'll start seeing, I can do this.
I got this.
I got this.
Then doors start opening up for me. I didn't have a job. 2.5 months. Then one day I was outside cleaning the window, and the pastor of my pastor of the church is over the business part too, because they had like child care. So he comes and say, "We gonna make a position." I cried because all I need is this. Is everybody in here is gonna need this right here. This is what you're gonna need. Another opportunity. Everybody in here is going to need somebody to give you an opportunity. When you get that next opportunity,
Run with it.
I told my pastor, sir, you'll never regret it. Because you know some people are going to be like, why would you give him an opportunity? And today he can walk around with his head up like, look, he's a drug counselor. Remember the guy that I gave the opportunity to?
Look at him.
That's you too. Yeah. Everybody's going to, when you get the opportunity, everybody say maximize. My opportunity. You don't need, I tell people all the time when I'm teaching about purpose, I don't need every opportunity. I simply need to maximize the one I get. That's how I got where I am today. Every time the opportunity came, I maximized it. I got an opportunity for this, I maximize it. I got a job as a substance abuse counselor, doing counseling. I study about that field. I want to be the best. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. No, I want to be the best at it. If I'm in it, I want to study to be the best. How can I be the best? What can I do to be the best? I don't get in it to be borderline. No, whatever you get into, you get an opportunity. Show that the person that gave you the opportunity trusted in you. But don't let, you sometimes you will let people down, but you can't please everyone, but don't waste the opportunity. Everybody say opportunity.
Let me say one more thing. Also, don't compare success looking at somebody else's life.
That's good.
Do not do that. Don't look at TV. Don't look at Lifetime.
Us?
Don't look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. And definitely don't look at us. Okay? Look at us as examples of what God can do with a mess.
Amen.
But don't look at us and think we're successful, we succeeded. We are blessed. And we are both focused that no matter what happens, we ain't going back to how we used to be. Don't compare success, because I'm going to be honest. I just wanted him off drugs. I never even thought about my anger issues. To me, success would have been okay for me. To me, we were successful if he didn't use it. And I still had a problem.
And I can just see
So you have to be careful what you think is success. Okay? Because truth be told, I'm thinking that would look like success for us as a relationship. But if he would have came back to me straight and I would have still been all messed up, I probably would have sent him back to drugs. I'm just telling you the truth because I was a mess. But I didn't see it at the time.
But everybody's success will be different. If you look at me and you say I'm a 9-time public author, you might not. You might have desires to write books or whatever, but you can't judge your success off of that. Don't do that. Because your success, you can call success for living victorious. The last chapter, that's an assignment for y'all. The last chapter in this book is called Living Victorious. Please read it tonight, all y'all. That's the chapter that I will not do. It's the last chapter. It's called Living Victorious. You can't judge your success off of us or other people. But if your living victorious can be, say you have destroyed your relationship with your children, right? And because of your addiction or doing drugs or whatever you had, it destroyed it. you get that repaired or you work on the process of repairing that, that's your success. You get it?
Exactly.
It ain't gotta be, start a business. It can be, but I'm saying you be like, man, if I can restore the relationship with, my children back. And that happens by continuing to maintain a clean lifestyle. But that can be your success. You understand, right?
Yes.
It can be marriages. Sometimes you might have restored or destroyed marriages, and you sitting there in friendships. All types of stuff. You might have took some employers' tools or something. I don't know. He might have been good to you. You like, man, I shouldn't have treated that man like that. But that can be success. When you restore it, because you might have opportunities to go back and do something in that field again. Last one before we move to surrender. Let's look at at 25 says, what are you holding on to your past? Y'all all answered some beautiful things. I'm going to give you motivation for leaving your past behind. 5 of them. I'm going to give you 5 of them. They're not in your book, but they, again, what we try to do also with Mind Adjustments Program is when people take the Mind Adjustments Program, prayerfully, we want to try to inspire other individuals to possibly do the Mind Adjustment Program. It's not just for us. We want to inspire people around the world who would want to do this program like we doing it, but you do it in your county or your town, and we set it up and you run it. But it's just minor adjustments, you know what I'm saying? We want to inspire people to be able to do that because it helps their community. And then you start, they be like, man, you remember what you call used to be cutting the food? Man, they got people coming to this meeting talking about minor adjustment. He running it, they talking about, because you can use your life, you can reach more people than other people can. Right. So we want to stay connected to y'all. That's why we gave y'all the book, and in the front of the book, our phone number and everything, and website in there, and we can assist you into doing things that you probably want to do. And that's what we do. It's not about us. Because we was in the car, we was riding to church, and I told her, I said, babe, we have to make sure we have everybody in position with this program so minor adjustments can go. When we going, it's still going. We off the scene, we going home to be with our maker, but minor adjustments is still everywhere. And that only happens by inspiring you to say, you know what, I think I would like to do something like that. And that's the beauty of it. Because y'all can help your community. Because people know you so much in your community for the negative. Watch this. The power of influence that you have because people know you is not bad. You're just using it wrong. Everybody in your community, when they see you, somebody out of town come in town and they say your name. Yo, you know such and such. Yeah, I know him and the sister. They stay there. That's called power of influence. Everybody say power. Power of influence. That's a gift. Everybody in your town know you. You wonder how easy they know you. Even the cops know you. They'll come to your meeting too. When you start doing stuff, you'll have cops saying, man, I got,
I see this.
I gotta go check this. What's your car used to lock up on? Yeah, him. He over there helping people. Yeah. Or they'll have relatives like, listen, my sister, man, is struggling. Can he come to your group? I'll be like, yeah, no problem, officer. Lock me up before, but yeah, I take it. But you get what I'm saying? It's bigger than. All right, listen, the 5 things. Motivation for leaving your past behind, and then we're going to move to surrender. We on good time. First one is, think about the benefits of not using. These are all motivations for you to leave your past behind. Think of the benefit of not using. What would be one benefit right off the top of your head of not using that you'll have in your possession?
Money.
I do everybody talk about money. But that's a benefit. Think about these are motivations for me that these are stuff I'm giving you. That's what I'm telling y'all. Write it down if you want it. If you don't want to write it down and you can remember it, do it. But I'm giving you something that I use.
And speaking of money, I'll tell you something funny. I remember one time I got so mad at this man because he was making good money, but it wasn't none of it was coming home. I got so mad one time. I'm like, where's the money? Where we got bills to pay. Where the paycheck? He got all kinds of excuses and all. Finally, I said, introduce me to the man that you keep buying your drugs off of, so he can take me out. He got a new car. His bills is paid. Why keep fooling with you? He can take care of me because he getting your money.
He said, where the guy you take the check to? I said, oh. Then one day we seen it and said, babe, you bought that man a nice car. I said, oh, shoot. I told you she tough. I was eat ghost. She said, man, you bought him a nice car. I said, ouch. That's true though. And he know it was true. Yo, you know, it's crazy because she was violent. I mean, she had issues. But anyway, in her particular town, let me tell you, one day I went to a drug dealer that she knew. It was a true story. I went to a drug dealer that she knew to buy the drugs from him. And, I went to sell him something. And he said, whose is this? And I was like, who's this what? He said, this girl stuff right. He said, this is not Nell stuff, is it? So I was like, my wife, you know my wife? He said, this her stuff? I said, yeah. He said, man, here, take the drugs and take that stuff back. He said, your wife crazy. I said, what? I said, man, what kind of drug dealer is you? He said, listen, take this stuff. He said, this is the nail. Around, I said, yeah, my wife. He said, man, you know who you married to? I was like, shit, from here. He said, take the stuff, take the drugs. Man, you crazy. He said, your wife crazy. So I found out my wife beat him up in high school. It was a guy, though. So I was like, you know such. She was like, he ain't say you know drugs, did he? I was like, what? So I found out in high school she beat him up. It was a church there or something. But how he said, she crazy. I said, see, he know. That's a shame, man. Motivation for leaving your past behind. It's good you can laugh about this stuff, man. Because you're going to have those times that later in life. I told people, right? Listen, that I mentor people, right? I mentor them, you know what I mean? When I say I mentor, I'm one of the mentors that get right. I ain't letting you sugarcoat nothing, right? So I told one of my mentors, two of them. One of them, I told him one day, I said, you haven't truly walked in your recovery until you can laugh at stuff you did. If it's still hurting you, oh man. No, you got to get to where you can laugh at it. Because he kept coming and complaining to me at this time, complaining about the program. The program is like this. The program the counselors do this. I said, man, he said, I hate this program. I said, I wish you hate that crap as much as you hate that program. You won't use it. He said, oh man, what kind of mentor is you? I said, man, you hate the program. I wish you hate it. So he started laughing. But this was another incident. He called me one day, right? It was Eugene. Me and him, we were in a store, a pawn shop, right? So he happened to call me. And he said, where you at? I said, I'm in the pawn shop where you used to sell your wife's stuff at. And he started laughing. I said, now you can make it. He started cracking up like, yo, you crazy. Because he was laughing, you see it? Once he got to that point where it ain't hurting when I said that, he started cracking up. Because we was really in the pawn shop where he used to sell stuff. And when I told him, he started laughing. I said, that's when you make it. It's not pain. It's not guilt no more. You want to take the sting, the guilt away. Because guilt will put you back in, man, I ain't going to never get it right. Nobody ain't going to never trust me. Nobody, I'm going to just keep on riding it out like she said I did. Let me give you these 5 things so we can move and surrender. The second one, I gave y'all think about the benefits of not using. The second one is recall the unpleasant drinking and drugging situations. Because most of the time we think about the good time. When I had all this cash, when we, you have to recall the unpleasant drinking and drugging situations. The third one is focus on the progress you are making now. Focus on the progress you are making now. Everybody focus on the progress. The fourth one is think about the potential negative consequences. People are dying rapidly in New Jersey. They're dying, yeah. You ain't never lying. Yes, sir. Think about the potential negative consequences. Because there are going to be consequences. Think about that. I can do it and die. Repairing my relationships is over once we're dead. You know what I mean? Think about the negative consequences. And the last one is distractions. These are motivations for leaving your past behind. Because distractions, when you're dealing with what you used to do with, there are distractions. They distract you from what you're supposed to be doing. Let's move to page 29, huh? Distractions. Y'all all right? Yeah. Come on, let's give yourself a round of applause, man. I hope I ain't boring y'all. I'm trying to keep y'all. Yeah, you know, I mean, this is me all the time, man. I like to pour out what I have in me, and I only have a limited amount of time. And I know we're going to come back, but some of y'all, I will see, some of y'all will be inspired that my wife and I will connect with, and that'll be beautiful. You know what I mean? We can always we build friendship. We get close. We're like, yo, man, we love you. You know what I mean? There's nothing. I have a song, a gospel song. I can't remember who was singing, but it starts to prove the dollar's wrong. And what that song means to me is all the people who looked at you and said whatever they said, don't worry about it. I'm going to prove the dollar's wrong. And I live by it. And in order for me to do that is to connect with individuals who was downcast, who said they ain't going to be nothing, this ain't going to be nothing, he going to always be that way. Yeah, I'm going to prove them wrong. All you need is somebody to be a witness and say, yo, come on, let's go. Let's go. Y'all can do it.